Welcome, curious minds, to another deep dive. Today, we're stepping into, well, a world of genies and ancient sands, digitally speaking. We've got some excerpts here detailing Aliya's wishes, an Arabian slot adventure. And our mission, really, is to figure out what makes this game tick. What are the specific mechanics that make it stand out? Okay, let's unpack this. So, first impressions. Aliya's wishes. It's a 5-reel, 3-row slot. 20 pay lines, Fortune Factory Studios for Microgaming. Visually, sounds like it's got that whole vibrant Middle Eastern thing down, immersive soundtrack. Aliya herself is front and center. But let's get under the hood. Beyond the looks, what's the first, core mechanic we should talk about?
Yeah, I think the first thing you really notice gameplay-wise is the rolling reels mechanic. It's quite central.
Rolling reels. Okay, what's the gist?
So when you get a win, the winning symbols kind of plop and vanish. Then new symbols drop down from above to fill the gaps.
Ah, like a cascade or avalanche effect you sometimes see.
Exactly like that. But the key here is it allows for consecutive wins on just one spin. It can chain together.
Okay, interesting. So more bang for your buck on a single spin, potentially.
Precisely. And it's not just about more wins, it also ties into multipliers. Each consecutive roll or win increases a multiplier trail. So the wins can get bigger and bigger within that single spin sequence.
Right, multipliers are always key. Okay, that leads nicely into something else mentioned here, the win booster. Here's where it gets really interesting for me. This sounds like an active choice you make.
It absolutely is. It's not automatic. You choose to activate the win booster.
And what does that activation do exactly? How does it change things?
Well, it doubles your stake per spin. So there's the cost.
Doubles it. Okay, a significant jump.
It is. But the trade-off is, first, it bumps the game's RTP, the return to player, from 96% up to 96.5%.
0.5%, okay.
Which might not sound huge, but over time it matters.
Yeah.
But the main thing is its impact on those multipliers we just talked about.
Ah, okay. How so?
With the win booster switched on, the multipliers on that trail, they start higher and they climb higher. In the base game, they can reach up to 21x.
21 times. Wow.
And, crucially, during the free spins round, with the booster active, that multiplier cap jumps to a pretty impressive 50x.
50 times your win on a single line. Okay, that's definitely a booster. It really makes it a risk-reward calculation for the player, doesn't it?
Exactly. It's a strategic layer. Are you willing to bet more per spin for that shot at massively increased multipliers, especially knowing this is, a high volatility game?
Right, we'll get to volatility, but first, you mentioned free spins. If rolling reels and the win booster ramp things up, I'm guessing the free spins round is where it all potentially explodes. How do you trigger that?
You need the magic lamp symbol. That's your scatter. Land 3 or more of those anywhere on the reels, and you trigger the free spins. You can get up to 20 free spins initially.
Okay, and inside the free spins, is it just more of the same, or?
It's where everything converges. The rolling reels are active, of course. The multiplier trail is active, but it's, let's say, enhanced compared to the base game.
Enhanced how? Higher starting point, faster climb.
Generally higher potential values on the trail. And if you have that win booster active during free spins, well, that's when you're chasing that potential 50x multiplier.
Gotcha. And can you get more free spins while you're already in the round?
Yep, they can be re-triggered. Landing more scatters during the feature adds more spins so that momentum can keep going.
Okay, so bringing it all together, rolling reels, the choice of the win booster, potent free spins. What about the actual win potential and the feel of the game? You mentioned high volatility.
Yes, it's definitely classed as high volatility. So for you playing, that means you might have stretches with smaller wins or no wins.
More risk.
More risk, yes. But the trade-off is the potential for much larger payouts when they do hit. You're looking for those high-value symbols like the treasure chest wild, the genie.
In the max win, what are we talking about?
The sources state the max win potential is somewhere between 3,119 times and 3,715 times your total stake.
That's pretty substantial. And the betting range, does the high volatility mean it's only for high rollers?
Not necessarily. The range is quite flexible, actually. It starts at just $0.10 per spin without the booster, up to $30.
Okay.
And with the win booster active, that range becomes $0.20 up to $60 per spin. So while the style of wins leans towards bigger, less frequent ones, the actual cost per spin can accommodate different budgets.
So what does this all mean? It sounds like these mechanics, the rolling reels, that really powerful win booster choice, they mesh together to create something quite specific, right? An engaging loop.
Definitely. It's not just a standard slot feel. The combination encourages you to think strategically about that win booster, especially going into or during free spins. It appeals to players who enjoy that potential for escalating rewards.
It blends classic slot ideas with these kind of modern twists.
Precisely. If we connect this to the bigger picture, these design choices, they're clearly aimed at creating a specific kind of engagement. The cascading wins, the multipliers building up, the gamble of the booster. It all feeds into that feeling of chasing wishes, making the journey, the spin-by-spin anticipation, a big part of the fun.
Yeah, it makes the pursuit itself feel quite adventurous. So maybe something for you listening to consider. How do these kinds of intricate digital mechanics, these layers of features, really capture our imagination, that desire for, well, discovery and maybe a bit of fortune? It goes beyond just hitting spin, doesn't it? It's about the anticipation and the choices woven into the quest itself.